Hey, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the Built for More podcast on iTunes, Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube, and if your family's watching this and you're watching this in the living room, what's up, family? Good to see you guys. We
What's
appreciate you guys
up?
watching it. Feel free to share it with anyone who you think might find value in it. And if you have any questions about our Built for More community, reach out to Matt and I. We'd love to have a chat with you. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Built for More podcast. I am here with the legendary, the Grand Master, the KFR legend himself, Matthew Smith. What's up, baby?
What is up, dude? Dude, it's a great day for a great fucking day. You know it?
You know, I know, Matthew, that I can sometimes, I say things that maybe poke fun, or I call you Matthew instead of Matt. So I do want to tell you though, since I've known you, you've made my life significantly better.
That means the world, man. And back at you, times two. I
You
am
know,
I'm a better person. I'm a better leader. I'm better because of you. So I appreciate you, man.
You're also a better golfer than me too. So that's
Well,
something
that's
I've
always
learned
been the
from knowing.
case, though. You know?
I got, dude, the first time we go out and you get on the driving range, I'm like, okay, because you talk golf like kind of nonchalantly with me, and then I see you on the range and I see your swing, and I'm like, God damn it. Like, because I'm super into golf. Like, I love it. But I can always tell, like, the guys that have been playing it their whole life, because they're like, yeah, I like it. It's great. It's cool. It's fun. I play like, once a month or something. I try to play like as much as I possibly can, but I only started like 5 or 6 years ago. And God,
Yeah.
you're just a beauty, a beauty.
Yeah. So I
Um,
played. I picked it up in high school, and played it in high school, and I just fell in love with the game, man, and just I truly only play. I mean, when I'm playing a lot, it's like once every other week. You know, I don't make the time for it, but I freaking love it, and so
Let me
it's
ask
yeah.
you this question, and this kind of, this is what's irritating about. By the way, if you're going to spend time with Matthew, you're going to have to get used to this, and so you better have some humility and better have an abundance mindset if you're going to be around Matt, because Matt's got a brand new boat too, and it's a sick boat. It's got TVs on it. It's got a bed on under the deck, under the bow. It's got a bed on it. It can fit like 30 people. It's insane. It's beautiful, but how good Matthew is at driving that damn boat is
I,
insanity to me. I looked at your wife when we were on the boat. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? How, like, like a 10 out of 10. And mind you,
thanks,
I've been
man.
around boats my whole entire life because I live in like Havasu City and we're right on the Colorado River. And dude, and I've driven boats my whole life. There is not a shot in hell that I'm a 4 out of 10. So I don't know how you got so good at boats. Oh, and then by the way, Matt's got a basketball court inside of his house, indoor basketball court. Matt's phenomenal at basketball. Like, what are you like I'm waiting for you to be a turd at something, dude. What give me one thing you suck at.
Yeah. Dude, that's funny. So I say this humbly, but I've had friends that have been around and like we'll play pool, we'll go bowling, we'll go golf. Like I'm just I'm pretty good at a lot of things.
Hmm.
There's not a lot of things I'm excellent at, but there's a lot of things that I'm pretty good at and efficient at. I just always been that way. I think part of it is my obsessive personality. If I do it once, I obsess over it till I get good. So I don't
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
not be good. But dude, there is one thing that I suck at, and it's horrible and it's embarrassing. And so we've got some friends that have this backyard game. Is like you put a stake in the ground and you set a bottle on top of the stake, and you throw a
Yeah.
frisbee back and forth, and you try to knock the bottle off and catch it. Dude,
Okay.
I'm the worst frisbee thrower on the planet. I can't
Okay.
throw a frisbee to save my life, man.
That's all I needed to know that you were human. That's literally all I needed to know. Because I'm like, this guy's an athlete. Guys like you, the guys like you that are like everything they touch is they just rock at. I'm like, he's an athlete. And it's good to hear that you suck at throwing a frisbee, Matt. You know?
Yeah, it's
Uh
awful, man. It is literally it is so embarrassing. We actually we a couple of friends that went on our we do an annual trip to Cancun to celebrate the agents that hit our standard inside of organization and our team members that go the extra mile. And so um they brought that game and put it on the beach, and man, I was so embarrassed in front of the world, in front of Mexico, in front of my team. Like
in
I
front
was
of the
I was
Matt.
I was the bottom of the barrel, man.
in front of the Mexican culture, in front of the Mexican
Like the
flag.
cartel was there laughing at me. It's the whole thing.
Uh, oh, that's funny. How do those trips end up working out with your team when you do those trips?
Phenomenal, phenomenal.
Are they?
Yeah, so we it started as a I mean you know a little bit about like why we started the team, but I wanted to do it to like give back, and I'm very blessed to have some things that I didn't align with on some other organizations or environments I was a part of, and so it just really motivated me to create what I thought I should have had, right, or maybe what I was
Yeah.
missing, and so it's always been culture over sales, and so I'm just always looking to raise the bar, and so we one year we took the team to we did a Christmas party. We went all out. We got everyone a hotel room. We went out of town. We rented a big conference room. We had a DJ come. We spent all kinds of money on gifts, and we played a game to where like you just pick your gift, and some are gag gifts, some are great gifts, and it's such a good time, right? Such a good time. But afterwards, I was going back and looking at the invoice, and it was $35,000 for that Christmas party. I'm like, damn it! And I had shared that with someone that was on like leadership at the time, and they're like, dude, you could take everyone to Mexico for that. I said, you show me how I can take everyone to Mexico for that, and we're going there next year. Just joking.
Yeah.
It was
And they
cheaper
should.
to go to Mexico the next year.
Oh, I bet. I bet. How do you keep everybody from not going wild in Mexico, dude?
So one, our culture has evolved as I've evolved, so that helps.
Isn't that way weird?
When I was the biggest shithead, we had some shithead problems when we went on those trips, right?
Yeah.
Main one being me. But and I know and it's all inclusive resort. So I mean people do drink and they have fun, but it's I just set expectations from the beginning. It's like here to have fun. I got one rule. Don't end up in jail. Don't do anything you're gonna regret tomorrow that like you don't want your mom to find out about.
Hmm.
And stay on the resort,
Yeah.
right? And always have a buddy, right? So we have a buddy system, so we can help each other out, type of thing. And man, it's so far so good. It's phenomenal, and everyone looks like literally we had people that joined the team last year, and they're first under contract. Are like, all right, 19 left to go before we go to Mexico. Like they knew about it just because word got around, you know.
That's cool. And that's the standard 20 deals closed and they get to go to Mexico.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. What else? So what do you all do when you're there? Like, do you
Um,
have a schedule or is it just hang out, have fun, hit the
we've done
pool?
it. We've done it both ways. The last 3 years, no schedule, just have fun, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Do whatever you
and
want.
so it's just you earned your way here. Go have fun. And we have group chats and different things, and we'll like at the resorts they have shows and different things, and so we'll all
Yeah.
meet up and see each other. But also like if we also allowed them to have a plus one, so maybe they need some downtime with their spouse or things
Yeah.
like that. So it's just like I don't structure. We used to bring awards, and we rented a room while we are at the resort, and did our award ceremony there, but it was just too much, so we stopped doing it that way. And it's literally just celebrate, have fun, with your team.
Yeah. We got a that makes me like think of this thing. Obviously, we've got something that we're going to go into today. We're going to have some fun. But what if you had to go back right now and go off of like what the five biggest mistakes you made as a team leader? Like if you could go back and do it all over again, like what were like the five biggest mistakes that you made?
Number one that comes to mind is not wanting it more for them than they wanted it for themselves.
Like falling in love with potential?
Yes, I have this gift to see. Like I know what I've been able to pull out of myself from very humble beginnings, and I still have so much room to improve, and it's just by going through and walking the path I see what commitment, what dedication, can discipline can do for an individual, because I've experienced it, and I've it's trained me to see that in other people, and I
Well, you've
just
got
want it
that.
so fucking bad for them, man.
Yeah.
And so
Well, you
that's what is but
no, go ahead. Sorry.
and so what it did though, like I've lost good people because of it. I had the
Mhm.
best intentions, and I wanted them to become the best version of themselves, and they were doing great, but they could do so much more,
Yeah.
and I wanted it worse for them than they wanted it for themselves, because they were happy, they were comfortable. And I pushed them out because I pushed them before they were ready to be pushed. Instead of
Mhm.
being the leader, being the example, instead of pulling, I was pushing,
Mhm.
and it just causes unnecessary tension and friction. And I lost some good people and some good friends because of it, right? And so like that's number one is that I think a lot of leaders have great intentions, but it can dude, that's a big mistake I see people make.
Yeah, dude. But it's so true what you said earlier, and I thought you were going to say something else. I've seen what I've been able to pull off,
Yeah,
which is so true for guys like me and you, um, because like didn't come from much upbringing, was didn't have the best like child upbringing, grew up in tiny small towns. Like I didn't get good grades. I was kind of a shithead for like a decade, and it's like you really genuinely in your soul believe that if you can do it, anyone can. Do you not?
one
Yeah.
100,000%. Yes.
It's like so genuine.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
What?
I mean, another mistake, man, is this is a good one. Is I remember um leading from ego, right? And think what I mean by that is like I remember the very first John Cheplak event I went to. It was before I really knew him. I heard him speak. He stood up on stage and he said, "Recruiting solves all problems," in his John Cheplak voice.
Yeah.
This tatted up guy with the flat bill hat. I'm like, what? And then, like, anyway, love the guy now, but like this was before I knew him, and it was I literally said it under my breath. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy trying to sell me?
Yeah.
And at the time, knowing what I know now, looking back, like it was just an ego move, right? Like, I wasn't open minded, wasn't willing to learn, wasn't willing to look from different perspective because I was stuck in my own small town. I was reading my own press clippings, and I thought I had it figured out, right? Like I had built a business that was bigger than anyone else in our area. I was out of production. We were extremely profitable. My per person productivity for my agents was 50 plus. Like
Holy sh.
I got all the fucking answers
Yeah.
until I didn't.
Yeah.
Right. And so thank God I put myself in those rooms around people like John, around people like you early on when I thought I had it figured out to allow me to be open minded sooner when things started crashing, that it didn't all crumble.
Yeah. That's a really really good one because and I try to think of this um a little deeper sometimes too, which is thinking you have it all figured out. When you have that mindset of like I've got it all figured out, when something bad happens, you're shocked because
Yeah.
you thought you had it all figured out. So it's like this shockwave that goes through your nervous system and your mind. You're like, wait a second, I thought I had it all figured out. Whereas if you come from the place of like, I don't have it figured out, like I know some principles and know some things, but like I don't have it figured out, and there's always more to learn and always more to grow. And then life kicks you in the teeth. You're like, well, yeah, it's like, well, yeah, because I don't have it all figured out. So it's actually like literally like a psychological thing as much as it is. Were you attracting different people then, or do you attract
Yes.
different people now? Okay, from when you're leading out of ego, how would you say you lead now differently than when you led then?
Well, I think you psychologically, dude, you're so good at breaking that down. Is like I was nodding my head so loud when you were saying that because like now instead of having it all figured out, like I'm the biggest student in any room that I'm in,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm the biggest student. I'm a lifelong learner. There's always John said this last night on our elite call is that he learned that hey, Tony Robbins says this, and he's when John's in those high level masterminds is that it's something to the effect of like everyone in here is superior to me in some way, shape, or form, and so I'm here to learn from each and every one of you,
Mhm.
right? And like that's Tony Robbins going into in a room of those people, like just with that mindset. And it's just a reminder of like the more elite that of people that I learn from or hang around or hear stories about is like the more open minded they are, the more coachable they are, the more
Yeah.
willing to learn that they are, the more humble they are. And going back to your analogy there is that like when instead of like used to I thought I had it all figured out. Now dude, it's night and day difference. Like when things are going good, my first question is, all right, where's the problem that's coming? I know there's one coming. Like I know that it's like I don't have it figured out. And so I expect things to go wrong. And I'm able to prepare ahead of time to find out. Like an analogy I use is like, hey, if I'm driving the Titanic, where's the iceberg? Like
Mhm.
there's an iceberg somewhere. So let's actually let's look at the map. Let's figure out what could go wrong, where we where are we at risk, and let's solve the problem before it comes,
Yeah.
because I know one's coming and I know that I don't have it figured out. So who can I learn from? What rooms can I get in? What coaching do I need? What perspective do I need to listen to so that I can continue to grow and evolve?
Yeah. That's that back to that optimistically paranoid, right?
Yeah,
If you're delusionally optimistic, you're in the bad spot. If you are panic paranoid, you're in a bad spot. But I like there's the middle ground where it's like, you're optimistically paranoid and not in a
yeah,
bad way, but just like everything's going to be fine. And I know there's things I got to make better and everything's going to be great. And I got to work on
sure.
these things. So
Yeah,
what's
really
number
good point.
three?
Is that I don't want to go too far. That's really good. I don't want anyone to think I was too far the other where I'm always paranoid, but I'm also not the way of like, oh, look how good we're doing. Like
Yeah.
it's a balance between the two of being like, hey, I'm proud of where we're at. I'm proud of what we're doing, but I also know that there's gonna be a problem. There's gonna be a hurdle. There's gonna be an obstacle. And so don't be
Mhm.
surprised when it happens. Just know it's going to, and let's embrace it and lean into it. And what's the lesson in this hurdle that's coming?
Yeah. Yep. What's number three? Mistake. Biggest mistake.
Um, Number three mistake. I took my foot off the gas.
Mm. Why do you think that was? Or what do you think caused that? Or what triggered that?
I outgrew my own identity.
Gotcha. Explain that,
I
what
out,
that means for people, what outgrowing your own identity means.
Dude, you said it earlier. I come from like my high school graduating class had 30 kids in it, right? Like I come from nothing. Like my mom worked three jobs just so I would know, so I could have a pair of Nikes for shoe to go to school, right? Like I just come from very, very humble beginnings. When I started in real estate, I was broker than broke. Like I had negative money, you know? And what happened was is that I started out earning and I outgrew who I thought I could become. And so I remember at one point I'm like, if I could make six figures in a year, like that would be a dream. I made it my first year.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I was able to grow through that one because it was still exciting and it was fun and it was new and it was entertaining. But once that wore off, and then I made, I doubled that the next year, and it just like it just I was like, all right, I've got more money than like now that I'm not. How do I pay my electric bill? And I've got money in the bank, and hey, I can go have fun and go buy a flip house as a project to have fun with. Like I'm good, and I just got complacent, right?
Yeah.
And I think what happens is I think a lot of people struggle with that, especially high performers, mid-level performers that are on their way to becoming high performers, or high performers of their own environment. I think all struggle with this because it's like I struggled with it, and I remember there was one that stands out like big time is that we had broken the 500 transaction mark as a team
Mhm.
that I never thought like who the fuck am I to sell 500 homes in a year, right? Like, are you in my small town? No one's ever done it. Who the hell am I? And when it happened, it was like I was motivated up until that point by all the negative shit in my life in my past. The people that told me that I couldn't, the people that laughed in my face, the people said, "Why don't you try getting a real job? You'll never." I had a family member say, "You'll never be a millionaire." Like all these crazy things, right? And I think we all have that, and there's nothing wrong with having that negative energy as fuel. But once I was doing it to prove everyone else wrong, and once I proved them wrong, I ran out of motivation. There was a good month where I sat on my front porch and I talked with my wife and I said, "What am I doing this for?"
Mhm.
Like I just I did I proved everything I needed to prove to everyone else. Like I don't know. What are we going to do now? Want to sell the team? Want to like what do we want to do? Like I was just like blah. Like there was no
Yeah.
motivation, there was no hunger, there was no drive. It was just like cool, whatever. Check next, and then but there was no next. And then what I had to do is I had to do some personal development work. I had to be honest with myself, and that's when I started to. And don't get me wrong, I still have that negative energy and drive and passion when I need it, but it's not the sole driver of my success and my fuel anymore. And I was able to be honest with myself, and I was able to find something that was motivating for like the good and other people that I can help, the example I can set for my daughters, the lives that I can change by being the example of other people of what's possible. And then I started looking and experiencing other people that I was around, the way that their lives were transforming and the trust and the faith they put in me to lead them. I'm like, I have motivation for a lifetime now, right? Because instead of living for and being motivated by proving people wrong, I had so many people to prove right, so many people that bet on me, so many people that invested in my success, so many people that trusted me to, like, literally, like, this is how I look at people that join my organization, is that they are putting their trust in me and my leadership and guidance to support their fucking family. I better show up and earn it. And like, that's such an honor. And when I made that switch from that negative to that influential and positive state, like, I found that next switch and that next fire, and it's never burned out again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you almost want to have a goal that you can't ever fully satiate, you know?
Yeah.
Uh and to where it's like, it's something that keeps driving you. And most people start out trying to prove it to themselves or to other people. And then once they prove it to themselves or other people, like, the next step is to help others do that same thing, right? Help others prove it to themselves or other people. And then the next step is to help other leaders, right?
Yep.
Lead others. And then the final step is to be a magnet to leaders, which you're doing through your coaching. That's how we can impact the most amount of people, right? Um,
The
whereas,
ripple effect of that, man,
yeah,
it's like the changing and impacting lives of being able to talk with a leader that leads others, like I have the privilege to, like you do. And the ripple effect of that in the world is just like, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. Like, that's
yeah,
such a privilege, man.
it is. All right, we got two more big mistakes before we get on to the would you rather
All
segment
right,
of the
here's
podcast.
this one's gonna surprise you. Maybe not. Um, I'll summarize it as throwing money at problems.
Mhm.
Throwing money at problems never solves the problem. And I think I've done this, and I see people do this in the shape of a lead source, in the shape of, well, I'll just pay Zillow for the lead. I'll just buy my way to success. I'll buy a zip code. I'll buy this thing. I'll buy. Here's a good one. I'll pay a coach to lead my team. I don't have to lead them,
Mhm.
right? Like, there's just so many different things um, that I've, especially like coming off the back of the COVID market, like when money was just falling from trees in real estate, like it was just so
Mhm.
easy to throw money at problems. And I think there's so many different avenues I could go at, but I think I would summarize it as, like, throwing money at problems never solves the problem.
Correct. Love that one. Last one, number five.
Dude, I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. Everyone's gonna think like we had this all prepped. Like, I didn't even know this was coming. Um, Number five. Let's see. Give me a recap of what I've already shared with you. Do you have it written down?
Yep, falling in love with people's potential
Yep.
instead of actually looking at their patterns and their behavior and taking it as for what it is. Leading with ego, making ego the way that you are leading instead of actually being a real leader based in humility and growth and development. Number three, you took taking your foot off the gas because your financial situation outgrew your identity. And so you
Yeah.
needed to re-update kind of your identity with a new mission, a new goal, and a new outlook on what was going to drive you. And then number four, which is throwing money at problems, which goes back to really like a leadership issue, right? I'd be interested to ask if that was when you were during your ego time as a leader, if that was then. But what a lot of people do, and I just add to this, is like when we throw money at problems, what we're trying to do is it's actually another form of avoidance. So we're actually trying to avoid doing the thing or having the hard conversation or implementing the system or the process. And so we got one more left, number five.
Number five. It's a two-parter. Not focusing on recruiting soon enough, and also hanging on to people that I knew were not a good fit for too long.
Eh. By the way, here's your email to your database, and here's your email. Here's your content for today. Uh, yeah, that's so good. You know what's really, 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 really funny was I would name all of mine as the same except number three. I did all these fall in love with people's potential done because when you fall in love with people's potential, you keep the wrong people.
Yep.
I let out an ego too. Only thing I didn't do was I didn't take my foot off the gas, and it was only because of this. I was spending so much of my money in my personal life. I was spending money like crazy that I couldn't take my foot off the gas. Whereas you were
Mm,
saving it, right? You were saving your money. So early on, I was spending my money. So
yeah.
like I had no choice but to show up to work because of freaking I don't have any money.
Well, the reason I didn't is because I never had money,
Yeah.
and I still, dude. I remember, dude, being 12 years old, working at the sawmill during the summers, stacking slabs for $20 a day. And while everyone else was going to the gas station to get a soda and this and that, I was making my own money at 12, and I wouldn't spend a penny. And I had an old box TV in my room, and I would put the $20 every single day or the $100 a week underneath that TV, and I would stack it away to save it. I remember one day I went there and I went to go look and count how much money I had there, and I had an IOU from my mom.
Oh shit.
She didn't tell me. I didn't know she knew. I didn't tell her I found it, but she needed to borrow that money.
Hmm.
And psychologically, deep down, man, like I still save like crazy because of that moment.
Hmm.
Because you never know who in your life may need. I mean, I had $500 there, something, you know what I mean? It was not a significant amount of money. For a 12
Yeah.
year old, it's everything. But
Oh
for
yeah.
like being raised and realizing as a 12-year-old that my mom needed that money to help our family, like
Hmm.
I gotta number one work my ass off to earn money, and I'm not gonna fucking waste it, and I'm gonna be smart financially.
Yeah. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, my parents. It's funny because if you go back, if you could just go back to, I was just out on the Be Wealthy podcast with Brett Tanner, and he asked this question about like, what was money like in the conversation growing up? And it's so funny because how you grew up around money is it's shaped basically your entire belief system about money. In my household, it was never enough. My parents fought about it all the time. Finances, that's all they fought about. And what's crazy is once I was finally, because my parents told me no all the time. Can I do this? No. Can I buy this? No. Can we do this? No, 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 no. So finally, when I got money, I was a yes fest. So it was
Yeah,
just yes, 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 yes. And then as I grew up and me and Lee, got together and everything, I made a commitment to never make we're never going it's never going to be a financial argument. We're always going to have more than enough. And it was really dialing in getting together with Lee and who's my wife now, which is it's bigger than me. One, two, that having enough is like it creates abundance and allows you to act out of abundance. It
yeah,
truly does. It helps a lot. So, okay, those are really good. So, just to recap, those: one, falling in love with people's potential; two, leading from ego; three, taking your foot off the gas; four, throwing money at problems; and number five, not recruiting soon enough. Which, my God, does freaking every team leader on the planet not surrender that fast enough? And then hanging on to people for too long that you knew you needed to get rid of.
yeah.
Um,
Did you mention that
mm,
your number three would be you would switch it out? What would you switch it out for?
uh, my number three, I would have early on my 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 personal life was not aligned with who I was in business. So meaning I was living like two lives. Like I was like this like driven, hardworking dude, right? And I'm talking drive, I'm talking, growth, and I'm talking like uh, personal development and all these things, and yet like I'm freaking 270 pounds and I'm drinking and I'm freaking spending money. It's like so I was like real. I would work really hard at work so I could afford to be a shitbag. And so I was out of alignment in my personal life and in my business. And so
Yeah.
living kind of like, does that make sense?
So
That was a
I
big
had the
mistake I
same
made.
I had the same result. We just had different paths to get there.
Mm. All right. What do you
Right.
mean by
Like
that?
I was extremely overweight. I was drinking way too much. Um, and I would talk discipline. I would talk all these things, and and then I would go and just eat 3 cheeseburgers and just kill 12 beers at lunch.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I got there. How I got there though was I think it's really that when I got lost and I outgrew my identity
Hmm.
because I didn't like it was my escape, right? Is like
Yep.
I just did, and it got out of control fast.
I think of the same. Like, and then the weight of the responsibility, sometimes like I just
Yeah.
want to escape that responsibility. And there's something in me, like I'm a I'm truly, I say this, openly, I'm like a degenerate at heart. Like that's why I'm so grateful whoever invented entrepreneurship, because it gave guys like me, a place to live out a purpose in a positive light and positive way. Does that make sense?
Yep. 100%.
So, but those are really, really good, and it's so funny. Um, all of them. I mean, I aligned with all those, and I guarantee you, man, any leader that's like reached the abundant leadership level where they're really leading out of abundance and principle, and they are truly a value-based leader in their own values, have gone through all of these. It's
Yeah.
crazy
And
that you have to go through these steps.
I'll add some sub bullets too as I'm thinking through it. Is that um I actually had this conversation with someone earlier today. Is that I there's two really, really, really big springboard moments in my growth trajectory, and I can tie both of those back to when I aligned with the community of other people that were further along than
Yeah,
I was.
so true.
Because
It, it,
I'd outgrown my hometown, right? And then when I
mhm,
connected with EXP was the first one, and I connected with my EXP network. My business doubled 2 years in a row after that.
mhm,
That and I was already at a pretty elite level, right? And then tying in with the Cheplack community was that second one, right? And tying in with John and the Cheplack community was just like the growth that I've received by being a part of that community around these high level people. Like I would have leaned into those rooms sooner,
mhm.
and I would have been open minded. And I think and I think we both share this, right? The results of that is why we are so passionate about this built for more community that we're building. Is that we see it as
Spot
our
on.
opportunity to share that with others.
You're spot on. I had a coach say this to me, and it was when I didn't have a whole lot of money, so I judged it. But now that I've done significantly better, and I don't judge this. It's just the truth. He said the reason you want to get successful and make money is so that you can buy better friends. And I
Mm.
was like, buy friends? Like what the like no. Like I that did not sound to me. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, he's like the success and the things you get will never make you happy, but the people that you're able to start to be around through the success will bring happiness to you, and then what you're able to contribute to your family and your friends and whatnot. It was funny
Dude,
because I'm
that's
like,
go ahead.
that's what?
That's so funny because like I share this with my wife and with people that like on my team, they check in like, how's coaching going? And they're just curious. And like, dude, it's like majority of my coaching calls are stacked on Thursdays.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed and I can't do them all in a day anymore. So they're scattered out in a couple other days. Um, but like I caught myself and I still catch myself at the end of the day on Thursdays. Like if you need something from me, do it Thursday afternoon, late afternoon, because I'm in the best mood and I'm on cloud nine because I had
Mhm.
coaching call conversations all day. And I just
Yeah.
fucking love it. And it fires me up and it motivates me. And like last night, we were in the Cheplack Monday night session with a bunch of the Cheplack, the coaches, John himself, and a bunch of the clients. And just having that high level conversation, man, it just like it doesn't feel like work. And it's like these I don't know how to explain it, but
Well,
the
that's when
feeling
you're
that
in.
I get there,
Yeah.
is like I hope other people can find that feeling because it's irreplaceable.
Well, the feeling is that it's a total and utter alignment and you're being paid to be yourself.
Yeah.
Like you've grown yourself into somebody that you have self-respect for and that you admire as well as like you're proud of yourself and you get to just you literally just get paid to be you, which is
Yeah.
like the ultimate alignment, right? But I started in the Robbins organization with Anthony Robbins and I paid to be in that. And I met Jason Drees and Michael Savage. I met so many other great guys and psychologists and amazing human beings. And then from there, I came into the Cheplack community and I paid for Nick McLean was my coach at the time on operations and really getting me operationally dialed in and plugging in is how I met you and how I met Tyler and how I met Alec and how I met Saneet and how I met all these people I wouldn't have met if I didn't like take the, you know, go and pay to be there. Like because the people that you want to be around, guys, that have what it is that you need are gonna charge you.
Yeah.
Like, like the people that are going to give it to you for free, that's not advice that you want. And so, but we got 10 minutes left, and let's hop into this next segment, which is Would You Rather? Matthew, I'm going to let you take this one away.
Yeah, man. So, dude, I love it. I love chopping it up with you, and I love these podcasts. Like, I learn so much every single week, and I love going super deep into business, but I also like to have a little fun. So, let's have a little fun with this one.
Let's go.
All right. So this is Would You Rather real estate version. So we're gonna
Gotcha.
put Dustin on the hot seat here.
I'm
So
ready.
Dustin, would you rather recruit a rock star agent with a terrible attitude or a brand new agent with zero skills but insane work ethic?
Insane work ethic, zero skills. Easy.
Why?
The most toxic, I want you to think about athletes like sports, okay? And I'll name some for you, okay? Terrell Owens, one of the greatest wide receivers ever. And not one team wanted him, right?
Mhm.
Antonio Brown, is he playing right now? Nope.
Nope.
Antonio Brown, he's one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. Okay. Why? Because he's a bad egg. Not no team wants him. I'd look at like an Allen Iverson, where he's talking about practice, right? I don't know if you know this, but Allen Iverson was the greatest basketball players of all time. He was a bad sport. He took that bad sport into his personal life, and he's worth nothing today. Like Google his net worth. It's like maybe negative. So a top producer that has a bad attitude will spoil the whole entire thing because now you have somebody who is who is leading in a way that says you can be successful financially and still have a bad attitude. It's a bad example.
So good.
Yeah.
Totally agree, by the way. 100%. All right, here's another one. Would you rather close 1,000 deals this year with a team that every day you walk in, you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? And who are these people? But you're closing 1,000 deals, or close 250 deals with a team that inspires you, that motivates you, that fires you up. You're like, I'm in the right fucking place.
So I'll say this to preface this, whether you're doing 250 deals or 1,000 deals, you're never not going to deal with bullshit at some level. Okay. So I will preface it like, guys, you're never going to get rid of it. Like, there's always going to be something. If you're doing 250 deals, the chances of something going wrong is 100%. Chance of going wrong with 1,000, 100%. But I'd rather be in an environment where I'm inspired, where I'm excited to come to work every single day. I haven't yet found an amount of money that is worth my peace. But I have this, my inkling is Matt, if you and me, I'm like, give me the 1,000 deal team and I'll fucking turn them around. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they just need new leadership is all that is.
Yeah. Let me play devil's advocate.
All right, hit me.
I almost think let's play this back and forth to see. 3 years. Let's say that we put each of us are we dive into both those organizations and we take them over. The
Okay.
1,000 bad culture that needs leadership, needs like toxic, all that stuff, and the 250 that's just fucking crushing. Which one is winning 3 years from now?
It depends if the guy that did the 1,000 if fired everybody and rebuilt it back up. So the one that's crushing is the one that has the momentum, which is the stronger foundation. And one of the hardest
You
things,
give me the 250 one all
yeah,
day long.
all day long. You're right,
Because
100%.
in order to you could rebuild the 1,000, but you're going to have to tear that thing brick by brick and tear it apart. And you're
Yeah,
probably going to strip it down to 250 or worse. in
Yeah.
order to rebuild back. And if you're at 250, you've already got the systems. You just need leadership to scale, right?
It's just leadership to scale. Yeah, I would like to see capital accounts prior to. All right, what else
Cool.
you got?
All right, man. Would you rather, dude? This is good because you got this is good for you. Would you rather lose your top producer because you got a killer top producer,
Uh,
or lose your entire marketing budget for the next 12 months?
lose my entire marketing budget in the next 12 months.
Why?
Because the way that my team is structured is is we don't have that much of a marketing budget. So so it would be like a couple
I
grand a
was
month.
trying to think of something to replace marketing because I knew that about you, but I couldn't
Yeah,
think of
yeah.
anything.
What about you?
Dude, I'm a people first guy.
Same. I
So
am too.
I don't want to say it's an easy decision. It's a tough decision, but you can always make more money. You can't always find more good people, right? Like, and I
Yeah.
just I'm a relationships first, and to build anything great, you need great people.
Yeah. So I got yeah,
Like,
and my top producer contributes so much and he's such a good dude. Like I
same,
would do anything for him, brother.
same. Yeah, my
Yeah.
top producer, he was started as my assistant, and like literally, I call him a brother, right? Like I would take a bullet for that guy, you know.
Yeah.
And so, and here's an interesting scenario: is if I have the right top producer, which I think both of you and I do, they'd be willing to dive in and they would do the work to replace that marketing budget for the entire team, and you wouldn't fucking need one.
Yep. Yep. 100%. Let me ask you a would you rather because this actually happened the other day.
All right,
Would you I'm going to give you the situation and then I'm going to see what would you rather do. So you have an agent, brand new, hasn't closed any deals. Okay? They have a good attitude and they're in a tough financial situation at home. They have had a history of success at every other job that they've been at. Every other job they've been at. They're in a bad financial situation at home and it's not their fault. They are taking responsibility for it, but it's not their fault. Okay? Something had happened. They're coming into the office, they're making their calls, right? And they come to you one day and they're like, "Hey, I got to go." Like they're doing everything. They're following the systems, they're doing everything that they need to be doing, okay? And they come to you and everyone you talk to says that they're great. They're amazing, right? And they're reputable people that are saying this. And they come to you and they say, I gotta stop real estate because like I'm literally about to lose my car or lose my freaking house and I need to get income in. And I'm like, and you ask the person how much is it gonna cost? And they said 3 grand a month. And you go, okay, would you rather lose that person to another job, or would you rather supplement them for the 3 grand a month for a specific period of time based on an agreement of activities?
super. I've had this happen.
Yeah.
Easy answer.
What is it?
Supplement all day long,
You'd supplement them?
all day,
Yeah.
with a very clear agreement
Yep.
of what that requires, what that takes, knowing the backstory that you shared and knowing who you are as a leader. Like, I trust what you said, that they are that type of person and proved it already.
Yep.
I would probably ramp that up, and I would probably, and I've done this before too, is that I've given them some other projects and tasks on the back end
Hmm.
to help supplement that the team needed, right? To
Yep.
kind of fill a void. Because I just think that it's number one. I think my purpose of doing this is I don't think I know, is to change and impact lives. In that success story, man, like that's why I do this. You
Yeah.
know, is to help, like, because I've been there. I've been that guy, and I've been 3 months behind on my electric bill, and I've had to fight and claw and figure it out. And I just have so much respect for those that are willing to take that leap and do what it takes to get out.
Love it.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. this is relevant since you're in AZ. By the way, it was hot as fuck when we were golfing there.
Oh my
Um,
God, it was brutal
dude,
towards the end, dude.
we were drenched.
We
So
all
would you
literally took
rather?
showers.
Yeah. We went afterwards. We all took showers and changed clothes because it was just miserable. Um, dude, but it was so fun though.
So fun.
Especially since I got to take some
Take
of that Dustin Runyon
okay.
money.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, that's
it's still sitting in a trophy case.
yeah, I wouldn't have spent it if I were you. I'd have framed it.
All right. So Dustin, would you rather go back to showing houses in 110-degree heat with no AC in your car,
Okay.
or sit through a 4-hour training on how to post better to get more business on TikTok?
Oh God. That's well, I just know which one's gonna be more productive. Um, if I had to pick one, I'm going back to here's the truth though. I never showed buyers or sellers, but if I had to go back to it, I would do it. And I would do the hardest thing to make the most amount of money the quickest. So yes, I would go back to showing buyers and sellers in 110-degree heat with no AC. I told people if I lost everything, Matt, today, like everything just got wiped out, I would go find a U. I'd find a Matt Smith. I'd ask to work on his team. I would bartend at night and I would do every fucking thing that you told me. So if you told me to go out in 110-degree heat, knock doors, do whatever, whenever, however, I would follow exactly what you told me. I would not tweak one little thing. And then I would bartend at night from like 7 to midnight. And I'd wake up in the morning and go back again, wake up in the morning, go back in. And I'd do that for until I started pending some deals and I could quit the bar.
Yeah,
Because bar, I can make the most amount of cash income to take care of my regular life. And I'd work from like 6 in the morning until midnight every day.
dude. So yeah, that's like the perfect plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That
Yeah.
ties into this next one. Would you rather redo your first 3 years in the real estate business with what you know now? You have today's knowledge, you go back and you start over your first 3 years, or skip ahead 5 years into the future, but you have zero control over what happens in those 5 years.
Oh, I'd go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do?
Yeah, I'd go back too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to skip ahead, especially knowing that I had no control, like my behavior and my actions had no control over where I would be. Then no. Nope. I like personal responsibility too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that we've both proven to ourselves that you put us like if we had to start over, like I'm confident. I don't know how long it would take. But I'm taking the under on 24 months to rebuild what I have.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because you don't lose any. The thing about when people take things away from you, or like you mark or whatever for whatever reason as to why somebody would lose everything, is you don't lose you.
Yeah,
Like you still have all of the things. That's why personal development is so important. Is to develop self because you don't ever lose self until you die. So it's like why it's so important to continue to grow you and to continue to develop yourself. Um, but Matthew, that was a fun podcast.
yeah, man. Good stuff.
Hey, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe uh, to the Built for More podcast on iTunes, Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube, and if your family's watching this and you're watching this in the living room, what's up, family? Good to see you guys. We
What's
appreciate you guys
up?
watching it. Feel free to share it with anyone who you think might find value in it. And if you have any questions about our Built for More community, reach out to Matt and I. We'd love to have a chat with you, Matthew. I appreciate you, my friend. And until next time,
See you
peace.
guys.